Hey, it's Boiler Williams. Today I want to talk about business credit. There's 8 things that you need to do to get your business situated so that you can begin building business credit. What are those 8 things? We're going to talk about them today. Also, if you stay till the end of the YouTube presentation, I'm going to give you a free gift. I'm going to give you a book on how to fix your personal credit. This is Boiler Williams. I am the author of Fix Your Dumpster Fire Credit. Today I want to talk about the basics of starting your business credit. So what's the foundations that you have to get going on starting your business credit? So there's basically 8 things that you have to have before you start building your business credit. This is going to tell you what to do to get started. This will help you save consultant fees because the first thing a consultant's going to have you do is most of these 8 things, and you'll be on their clock. So if you get these 8 things out of the way and you do end up hiring a business consultant, then you'll be ahead of the game and you'll have saved yourself a couple of months perhaps of consultant fees. The first thing that you need to do is form a business entity. You do this at your state level. So I'm in Colorado, so I would go to the Department of the State of Colorado and do this. There's several different business entities. This lecture isn't going to talk about the proper business for you, but some of them are sole proprietorship, partnership, S Corp, LLC, and those type of things. So you probably, if you don't know which business you need to be, what type of business, you may want to seek out somebody that's got some legal expertise in that area. Or watch another video on that. I don't have another video on that. That's not my expertise. Step number 2. Wow. It's get an EIN number. So that's an employer identification number. That is basically like a social security number for your business. So you go to the IRS website to get that. It's fairly easy to do. I can't believe I'm saying that about the IRS, but it is very easy to do. To get the EIN number, you have to have a taxable identification number. So taxable identification numbers are your social security number, an ITIN, which is an individual tax ID number that is usually given to people that can't get a social security number for some reason. For example, immigrants, I don't know if it's immigrants, but people that aren't citizens, those type of people. And then an EIN number. You have to have an EIN number to get another EIN number. So if your business is going to be owned by another business, you would use the EIN number to get an EIN number. But you can only use one of these, so keep that in mind that you can't use your social security number and your business EIN number. It's just going to ask you for one. You usually get this number immediately on the IRS site. Sometimes if you're doing this in the middle of the night, it will make you wait till the next day. But if you do it during normal business hours on the East Coast, I believe you will get this number immediately. And also, if you don't have an EIN number, I honestly don't think that you're in business. You're just, maybe a sole proprietor and you cut hair or something on the side. You're not really a serious business without an EIN number. I don't think. That's my personal opinion. Step number 3, get a valid listed phone number. So VoIP phone numbers are really cheap. VoIP is short for voice over IP. So those are Vonage and those type of numbers that you can buy really, really cheap. You could have that for your company phone number. You have to get your phone number listed after you have it. So you want your number to be, you want somebody to be able to look up your phone number. So to do that, one of the places you can go so that somebody can dial 911, 411, and get your number is you can list it on listyourself.net. So you can go there, and I believe that's free. So that's a great idea to get your number listed. Step number 4 is to get a checking account for your company. You'll need your EIN number, so you'll have to go and get your EIN number first. And you can go to almost any bank or credit union and get a company checking account. So you'll absolutely have to have that before any creditor will take you seriously. Step number 5, Get a real person to answer your phone. You can answer the phone, or you can hire a cheap service. Some of them are, about $20 a month. Virtualheadquarters.com is one that I looked at. I've never used them, but that's in the $20 per month price range. There's others out there, so just do a Google search and you'll find somebody that'll answer your phone, but have a real person answer your phone. Step number 6 is have a physical address. You can't have P.O. boxes. You don't look like a legitimate business if you have a P.O. box. Some UPS stores will give you a physical address and it won't say a P.O. box or it won't say a box. That's a great idea. If you do a search on Google for co-working spaces, there will be spaces that are shared, and those are fairly reasonable. You can also get virtual addresses, and ipostal1.com is a place that's $10 a month for a virtual address, and that address on the internet, the URL is ipostal1. So that kind of looks like 2 L's there or an 11 there at the end of the ipostal, but it's an L and then a 1. So I want to get you past the font there. You could use your home address, but do you really want that? Do you really want, some irate customer showing up and yelling at your spouse or at your kids or something? I don't recommend doing that. And also, if they do a Google search for your address, it'll show your house on there or your apartment or what have you. You probably don't want that, so I would shy away from that. Number 7, you got to have the right local licenses. You're going to have to look that up in your state and your area. You're going to need your state, county, and city licenses all in order. Also, depending on what you sell, but you probably are going to have a retail sales license. Here in Colorado, it took me probably 3 weeks to get a retail sales license. I got some temporary thing that nobody would take. And then, say 3 weeks later, I got the retail license. So if you're selling retail, you'll want that. A lot of times they'll want your retail number from the state anytime they do business where you don't want to pay tax on an item. If you buy stuff wholesale, you'll need that license. So make sure that you have all of those licenses and make sure that they're up to date and that you paid your taxes and there's nothing outstanding. And if they call the state to check on you, there won't be any problems. The last step is to have a web presence. It's a must for business. It's very rare that you can run a successful business without any type of web presence. So be real and have a web presence. Be listed on Google Business so that if somebody looks you up on Google, they will see where you're located, and it might be a virtual address, what have you, but they will see an address and you will show up. So, another thing to think about is to have a website and corporate email. Nothing says that, you're working out of a garage or out of your mom's basement more than having a Gmail account to run your business with. So have a corporate email. That's just my personal opinion, but if you were in a real corporation, a big corporation, you would have a corporate email. So just think about that. Also think about having a presence on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all those social avenues that people will have to get in touch with you. This will depend on your business model. So I'm just speaking in general, but a lot of places don't look legit if they don't have a Facebook page. So anyhow, depending on what you're selling, if you have a hair salon, I can't imagine you not having a Facebook page, but take that with a grain of salt, depending on your business model. If you do these 8 basic things, you'll be able to apply for business credit and you'll have a lot better success than if you didn't. You have to look legit. This is one of those situations where perception is really important. The age of your company also helps considerably. It's not a deal killer. You want to be 2 years old, but if you're not 2 years old, you still need to get those 8 basic things done before you apply for credit. It's just going to be a little bit harder if your company's new. Another secret is when you're applying for credit, it depends on your ethics, but if you say you have 10 plus employees, the chances of you getting credit are significantly increased. So that's one of the things that the insiders do when they apply for credit is always say that they have 12 employees or something like that. So that's the basic 8 things that you need to do to get your business started with credit. So get those 8 things done. We'll work on more videos. We'll get you started. Also, if you want to get a copy of my free book, check out hitmancredit.com. That's where my free book is. Give it a check out. maybe you have some personal problems with your credit and you need to get those fixed, this is the book for you. Thanks.